that's the real problem here. When you take money from the state coffers and you give them to a corporation, which this bill allows it to happen, there has to be proper accountability, and we're assured by the sponsor that they are there. But if you take these high standards that are nationally recognized and you incorporate them in the legislation, you have a much, much better piece of legislation for us to debate. And I raise this point because this bill really didn't get its proper vetting. Because it's being rushed through, it was presented late last night, and the committee substitute was processed quickly this morning with a lot of high-powered witnesses. What happens is that the people don't really know what's happening here. And this has been characteristic of this session and from the get-go when we voted on rules that we didn't even see. And among those rules was a one-day posting requirement. Now, that has been tried, and I would submit to you it's failed now. It's important for us to be a responsible body and to give everybody an opportunity, and I include that all of us today, Mr. Speaker, to voice our opinions about every piece of legislation. And it's very important for the public to have advance notice when these issues are going to be debated, so they can prepare testimony, they can organize, they can make the telephone calls or the proper visits to their legislators. That would make this whole system more transparent, open, and accessible to the people we serve. And the fact that these nationally recognized standards for accountability and transparency were not included in this legislation is an example of why we need more advance notice, more public input. Now, I'm going to shift a little bit to the bill and the context for this bill. Ladies and gentlemen, the social milieu in which the children